Guys, I really don't know how well you can see me, but I thought I would do a little get ready with me in Greece edition. Now I'm a little bit wary about the fact that I'm sat on my balcony right now and I don't see anyone around, so fuck it. Apologies in advance if you can hear lots of loud engines. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that, so it's just something that we're gonna need to deal with. I'm gonna have to try and do my full face in this tiny mirror from this Urban Decay bronzer. Actually just wet my sponge and I've left it in the room. Fuck me. Okay, so I am gonna go out for dinner tonight. I'm literally so hungry. I had the tiniest bit of scrambled egg this morning and that was it. Very hungry. We're just using the Wet n Wild foundation because what else would I be using? I'm so glad I packed 2 of these because this one is really running out. It's running low. I thought I'd have a little chat about how I'm feeling. I'm gonna upload this Get Ready With Me as a separate video, and I've also decided that with the vlogs, like each day, I'm gonna combine them all into one video because I've noticed that the Wi-Fi here, even when I'm using like my data, okay, that's really run out, so it's just not great. So I'm gonna do a full, like, every day packed into one. I'm gonna upload little videos like this, just like in between, if I can. If you're seeing this like before the 21st, do you hear these engines? Does that make anyone else want to fucking kill themselves? If you're watching this before that's too much. Or the 21st. Oh no, there's a plane passing. Love that. And it means that I have struggled in order to get this up. So yes. When I arrived last night, I really didn't feel great. I obviously filmed my little rant from the previous video. Just because the whole experience at the airport when I arrived was just so disappointing. Like, I didn't anticipate for it to be so, like, stressful. It was not smooth sailing, and I just wish that it was, but I guess that's not gonna be everyone's experience, or like every time I do something like this I'm not gonna have the same experience. Do you hear the fucking motorbikes? Yeah, I just felt really rubbish because of the whole thing. It just really upset me, and but I feel a lot better today. I was in the sun. I actually came back up to the room like fairly early on. It's like 4 p.m. It's like after 4 p.m. It was really warm today. I felt quite a mix of emotions last night. I think the first time doing something like this, it will be like sort of overwhelming. It'll be like a lot to take in. I just feel really proud of myself, and I have a lot of like just stuff that's going really well right now in my life. Pushing yourself out your comfort zone is gonna be uncomfortable and scary, but it's also really like important, because I feel like if you are looking to get better at doing things that you wouldn't otherwise do, it's important to push yourself out your comfort zone. Staying in your comfort zone is obviously a good thing. It's very helpful, and if you know what your comfort zone is, then it's good to have that, but also at the same time, just getting yourself out of like your comfort zone, pushing the boat out a little bit, is really beneficial long term. My mental health, like, I did a video a few weeks ago regarding my mental health, which 600 people saw that video, so that's really terrifying, but I feel, whoa, a lot better now than I did in that video. And I even said at the end of that video that I was feeling a little bit like worried about coming here, just given like everything that I was dealing with and like stuff that I was feeling, but I feel so much better now. I had a lot of stuff going on. Normally I don't discuss my personal life with anyone. I was gonna say like online, but honestly just anyone in general. I don't really discuss my personal life at all. Sort of keep to myself, so uploading that was like definitely not something that I would normally do, but feeling a bit better about sharing more about myself with people in my life, and just if you need someone to talk to, just talk to someone. Even if it's not something that you normally do, it does help. It helps a lot to talk to people. Very recently, my friend, who I've been friends with for a very, very long time, just decided to just completely stop talking to me. And there was no reason, no rhyme or reason for that. Just vanished off the face of the earth, never to be heard from again. Not something I would do to anyone, let alone a friend, but there's that. So that was on my mind, and I think because that was like playing on my mind, it kind of led me to having a bit of a like a mental shift. I just felt like I am so fed up of just dealing with people that don't have the same care for me as I do for them. I care a lot about people. Probably way too much. I care more about others than I do me, which is a problem that I need to sort out. But I don't ultimately think it's a bad trait to have. But when you put so much of yourself and so much care into somebody else, and then the same is not exhibited, that is such a kick in the teeth. And yeah, that just diminished. And I essentially had been trying to like talk to her and get like a response, like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, haven't heard from you in fucking weeks, even though I've been trying to talk to you. And she just didn't respond. And I did make it clear, like, in the messages that I had sent to her, that I was going through a lot. And so she's fully aware that I'm, like, going through a lot, and she didn't once, and has not to this day, asked how I'm doing or offered to be there for me. And I've had no reason as to why that relationship just disintegrated. Communication is very important. If you have decided that you don't want to talk to someone for some reason, it might be a good idea to give them that reason, especially when nothing actually happened. It was just a very random occurrence to like just completely stop talking to me. Because I know I didn't do anything to her, so it was just like, it didn't make sense to me. And I get that some people need space and time, and some people need to take time for themselves. And I'm more than happy to give that to you, but if I'm asking you like for some reassurance, a little bit of context about why you don't want to talk to me specifically, and you don't want to give me that, then I don't have time for you anymore. Literally just sent her a message, and I was like, I've been left for weeks feeling so confused by why our friendship of like several years has just came to a halt. And I was like, this is no longer serving me. I don't feel like the way that I've been treated in this situation is fair. all I've asked for is a little bit of context, and I haven't been given that. And to be honest, that's like me asking for the very bare minimum. And I think what also rubbed me the wrong way is the fact that I'd said to her, I'd made it clear that I was going through a hard time, and there was no words of support, no offer to be there for me, or even just ask how I'm doing, or just like nothing. Yeah, no. And I'm one of those people that's very sentimental. If I've known someone for a long time, I struggle to let things go with them because of like the memories. And I think once you like put so much of yourself into someone and they know so much about you, it's easier to just keep them in your life, even if things rub you the wrong way, and even if they don't treat you very well. And even now that the friendship has ended, I'm looking at some things that have happened and I'm like, oh, actually that wasn't very nice of her to do that to me. I definitely didn't deserve to feel that way or be in that situation, or you know, you realize a lot once you cut someone off. But I'm just done with it. Right now, I'm focusing on me. I have people that I talk to and people have been really supportive. I've made new friends over the last few weeks. During that time where I was like really going through it, the only people that were really there for me were my close family and fucking strangers. Like from like Instagram, people that I barely know, that were offering more support than the people that I thought were supposed to do that. So that was eye-opening. And right now I'm just focusing on me. Here I am in Greece. Things are going really well in my life, like in terms of just I have a lot of things looking up for me. My job is going really well. I mentioned on Instagram and on here that I just recently worked 20 days in a row, so this vacation was very much necessary. It's like recharge time, but like financially, like I've been saving a lot of money, and I'm really, really chuffed with myself about how much money I have saved. Just it shows that the hard work that I'm doing is paying off. Also the fact that I've managed to come to Greece on my own, and I've been lying by a pool all day in the sun in Greece. I've managed to do that because my hard work is paying off and because I'm a very determined person. I really hope the lighting in this video is not fucking trash, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, this looks quite dark even though I'm in the daylight. Oh, excuse me. Catrice, blush. Please tell me I have my blush brush. Please, please, I beg of you. Okay, I do. That's great. That might be just a little bit too much blush. Before I forget, just thanks to everyone who has been, this sounds really fucking corny, but has been there for me in the last few weeks. And through that, I've met really nice people and it's been great getting to know new people. I think when you start to get to know new people, you realise that some of the situations that you're putting up with were so fucking gross. Also, a reminder that if anyone is feeling the same way, if you feel like you've been filtering out people for a little while and you're kind of just left with nobody, then I'm here if you want to talk to me, because I know what that feels like, and it's really not great, because then you feel like you're the problem. You feel like you're the common denominator. There must be something going on here. But then when you look at the situations individually, you're like, oh, actually, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's not me, actually. I have my boat trip tomorrow, and I also booked a sun lounger on Rhondda Beach for Tuesday, which I'm very excited about. really excited to go there. It's literally like 5 minutes walk from my hotel, which is perfect. Could just roll out of bed and walk to the beach. I mean, that sounds like what I want. Every day of my life, it sounds like what I want. This lighting, oh no, the lighting is really poor. There's also a couple of people that are actually here on their own. I've seen a couple people like lounging around outside by themselves, so I didn't feel like a fucking wally. But then I also realized that nobody actually cares. Like, whenever I've been on holiday and I've seen people just sunbathing, like, on their own, I've never thought like, oh, what a loser. That's just never been something that's went through my head. I'm like, oh, love that for them. And at the end of the day, if you're the kind of person that would like think someone is a loser because they're on holiday by themselves, maybe you should ask yourself why you feel that way. Because odds are, it's probably just bitterness. And like I said many times before, having to rely on other people to do things with you all the time is gonna mean that you're gonna miss out on a lot of different things. Like, I could have easily not came here and just waited until someone in my life was available or when they had the money to do so. Or I can also go with them another time, but come and see places that I want to see on my own. Like, I don't want to be sat on my deathbed when I'm fucking old and decrepit, wishing that I could go back in time and see places and do things, all because I just didn't want to do it by myself. My battery died. But like I was saying, I really feel like once you have that moment of like, when you realize life is just way too short, which is one of the scariest things to realize ever. Like 2017 was 7 years ago. That's when you start to think, fuck it, I'm not gonna feel like I need to wait around for other people. Because you also just can't expect other people to have the time, A, the time off work, but B, like the money. Like, you can't just be like, you know what, I want to go to Tenerife next week. Who's coming? Like, you can't expect that. But then if you want to go and you have the money to do it, fucking do it. I also just think it's really good for the mind, like, to just be in like ultimate recharge mode, like zen mode. Like, this is my time to fully zone out, especially after all the work that I was doing. It just feels good to like not be working today. Like, that's such a good feeling, and it just makes you feel good, and it's like recharge time. Time to recharge. I honestly think that everyone should do this. Even if you can't take yourself to Greece, you can find lovely places to go for an alright price point. And even if it means saving up money, do it! Why the fuck not? I'm gonna actually use my camera to do this next part because I went a walk earlier for I needed to go to the supermarket to buy juice, and I seen like a nice little place that does food and drink, so I'm gonna go there, I think, and it's just around the corner, so I'm gonna go there. But yes, this has been my little get ready with me on the balcony in my hotel in Rhodes. I can like edit this and like get it up like today, because I don't fancy going out for dinner like just yet. I think I'd rather wait till a little bit later when it starts to get a little bit dark, because I did just apply a layer of fake tan and I'd rather it be dark. This ghetto Amy sent me a really lovely message the other day. I'll put it on the screen. I'm sure she won't mind me showing. But it was just so cute. It was so cute. And that just made me really happy. I don't actually know what to have for my dinner. Obviously I'll need to wait and look at the menu, but I'm not too sure what to have. I kind of want a burger. For some reason, every time I go out anywhere for food, I just want a burger. I love a burger. Or pizza. I'm just that way where I'm really hungry because I haven't eaten anything today, and I need to just eat like a big grotty something. But the fact that I haven't eaten, like, obviously I love food, I eat all the time, regardless of the several eating disorders, the fact that I haven't really eaten today says a lot. Like, the fact that I've been, like, enjoying myself in other departments rather than just enjoying myself via Walker's Red Assaulted. Like, it's good. It's good.